and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton. And today we're going to meet and then hear some songs by a local performer who you've probably heard of, Narissa Bond. Welcome, Narissa.
Hi, it's so great to be here.
It's wonderful to have you. I heard you at the History Museum, and I have heard you before, way back in history, and I thought, geez, I need to meet her and talk to her. That'd be fun.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
You play new folk, is that fair?
Yes, because it encompasses a lot of different genres. Yes.
I think, I've talked to people before and accused them of being folk artists, and it's like not a cool term anymore. But it's a term I grew up with. My family, very much the guitar, singer, songwriter kind of a thing. But I guess it has new elements now in terms of sound. I think folk has this connotation that it's about the words, not the music, maybe. And
I think so. It's about both, but many times we are telling stories. We're telling stories about our time and times that have gone by. Yeah.
So you grew up in a musical family.
I did. My dad was a jazz guitarist, and I wanted to play from the time I was really, really, really young. And so it took a few years, but, by the time I was 7, I was with a teacher.
Wow. And, a teacher, not your dad?
Not my dad. Not my dad.
Does that work? My grandmother taught me piano. My mom didn't. But I got away with a lot that I wouldn't have gotten away with another teacher.
Yes, I had a lot of different types of teachers. My first teacher was a teacher who was she was a student at the University of Kansas, and she was my first teacher.
Oh.
Yeah, so she introduced me to all the popular music of the time, and
that's the fun way to learn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was great. Yeah.
So did you ever play with your dad, work with your dad, study with him, or not too much?
No, not so much. He played jazz. He was also a teacher, but in theater, and so I would share songs with him, and he'd generally critique them. So yes,
maybe more than you wanted.
More than I wanted. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So then you went off to college and majored in performance, fine arts?
I didn't major in music.
You didn't?
I majored in visual arts, and but I played music when I wasn't doing the visual arts, which was any time that I was away from the classroom. So yeah, that's when I learned to write songs, and that's when I started to perform them. I had a band in high school, and we did dance music. We played dance music. I played bass, and I played guitar. And in college...
And so where was that? Where were you living in high school?
High school, we were in Kansas City, Missouri. And then I went to school at the University of Kansas in Lawrence, Kansas. So not too far away, but that's when I started writing songs, yeah. And
how has that progressed for you? Is it an outlet? Is it an art form? Is it both?
It's all. It's both. It's both. It's therapy sometimes.
Well, some of your songs are personal stories, but a lot of them are more life or society or people influenced.
Yeah, and that all comes from personal experiences. Generally, I want to get a more universal message, and that's the best way to do it, is for it to be more all-encompassing instead of the personal story.
Well, the personal story can be the universal if you broaden it out in that way.
Yeah, it does many times, yeah.
So this visual arts and musical arts has been your world. Both you've majored in it, but you've kept both up. You're still a graphic designer, graphic artist.
Yes.
And a musician.
Yes, I am. There have been times when I haven't been a graphic designer. There are times that I've only played music. So when I first moved here, I worked for Colonial Williamsburg, and so that took up a lot of time too. Yeah.
So, but you have always kept up the performing, right?
I
it's
have.
Just ramped up, and then you get busy on something else or bring it back.
Yeah, I haven't let that go. Yeah, I've continued to perform. Yes.
And why is that? What is that? You perform live in front of groups of people. What does that feed? Does that feed you back? Is it a need to express things?
It is a need to express things. you get so much out and you get so much back in. It's a way of communicating and tying into powers that are so much greater than myself, and a community that is just so incredibly giving. And so there have been times I've tried to put it away, but it never lasts very long.
Well, we're glad. I'm glad you're still performing.
Me too. Me too.
I have found, especially since the History Museum started their Front Porch series.
Oh, yeah.
But I have recently I'm amazed at the talent and breadth and depth of music right here in Hampton, that people come here to perform.
It's true. I have so many friends that are so incredibly talented, and we're supportive of one another, and it's wonderful. The Front Porch series is a wonderful, wonderful series, and the libraries are starting to do similar types of music series. All around Norfolk, there are 3 libraries that are doing series of music, and the Hampton History Museum is it's wonderful. I love playing there.
Really has been nice.
Yeah.
And then, it sort of sometimes leads over into the open mic night downtown at Goodies.
That's right.
And, it just kind of keeps going. There's a lot of artists who come and listen to other artists, which is, that's how you know you're at an authentic restaurant. If people from that nationality eat there, you know it's good. And that's how you know it's good music, if there's other musicians. Bobby Blackhat comes and supports a lot of other folks. And there's always just other artists in the room. And you guys have that sharing going on.
That's true. And he's a wonderful guy. Love his music. Absolutely love it. Yeah, he's very supportive here in the community. Wonderful guy.
Okay. So what else do you want to say before I don't want to talk too long, because I want to break and let you perform for us.
Sure.
But is there anything else you want to tell us about why you do this, or what comes of it?
Well, it's a good way to get positive messages out there. It's a good way of really making the world a better place. I mean, where would we be without music?
There's nothing I can add to that. So we're going to close and take a break, and I'm going to thank you in advance for performing for us and coming by to talk with us.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. And stay tuned. She'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Narissa Bond, and I'm going to do a song for you that I wrote for my niece named Malia. And this song is called Beyond the End of Time. The moon never misses an appointment, although sometimes she's clothed in black or gray. Stars shine in different colors, they're all beautiful just the same. We all come from magic cosmic dust, we're all perfect in our own way. Never speak ill of your blessings, never speak ill of yourself. Planets dance to different rhythms, they spin and they go their separate ways, but they all move around the sun in their own time and pace. We all come from magic cosmic dust, we're all perfect in our own way. Always speak well of your blessings, always speak well of yourself. listen. Through the universe, I love you. Beyond the end of time and even longer still, love you. Beyond the end of time. Beyond the end of time. This is a song I wrote for my grandfather, and this song is called Wishbone. Granddaddy found water with a divining rod. It's like a wishbone turned upside down. Granddaddy went hunting in the afternoon, brought a squirrel home to Grandma to make squirrel stew. You can put your dreams up on the shelf, hold them closed, jarred, and tell nobody else. Or break the wishbones you've been saving, let your dreams fly free. Wishing bone. Grandma was 33, Grandpa was 73 years old. My mama was the last child they brought into this world. He said, cry when they're born and laugh when they go. For colored folks was a hard, hard road. You can put your dreams up on the shelf, hold them closed, jarred, and tell nobody else. Or break the wishbones you've been saving, let your dreams fly free. Wishing bone. Granddaddy looked like a white man, but he never tried to pass, some folks didn't understand. The bus driver said, sir, you can ride up front. Granddaddy said I'm colored, was a Jim Crow South. You can put your dreams up on the shelf, hold them closed, jarred, and tell nobody else. Or break the wishbones you've been saving, let your dreams fly free. Wishing bone. My mama wished for me at 19 years, the brown color of my skin and black satin hair. Granddaddy died a few years before I was born. I guess I'll meet him in heaven when my time comes. You can put your dreams up on the shelf, hold them closed, jarred, and tell nobody else. Or break the wishbones you've been saving, let your dreams fly free. Wishing bone. Mama drove down that dusty Lone Star Road, sister, brother, and I in tow, to a beautiful house he built with love, barely held together with memories, and the well where they drew water found through the divine wishing bone.